Hello everybody, how's it going? Nexius here. I hope you're doing well. Take a look at this clip real quick. I am using Find Item on 10 council members in Travancore, and all 10 of them were successful with Find Item. The new Find Item change on the PTR is absolutely insane. I really hope they don't change it, because Barbarians aren't too popular, but I love this build so much, man. It's one of my most favorite builds in Diablo 2, and to see it getting even better is just good news to me. In fact, it's actually making me consider playing a Barbarian at the beginning of the first ladder season. Yes, a lot of people do say go Sorceress or Paladin, but honestly, you can definitely do this as a Barbarian, especially with the Warcry buff. So it's really up to you on if you want to consider Barbarian. I'll definitely make a budget build and all that stuff in the future of this kind of build. But for now, I want to cover the best version of the Pitzerker, because this is considered one of, if not the most efficient Magic Find build in the entire game. For example, there's one streamer I love watching, Inferno. He does Holy Grails all the time. If you're not aware, a Holy Grail is where you collect every set and unique item in the game. And one of the best ways to do this is to use the Pitzerker, because you kill boss packs so quickly and then find item very quickly. It's like doing 2 pit runs in the same time as one. Add in the fact that you also have a ton of Magic Find on top of you. You don't need Players 8 to be efficient. It's just a lot of fun to run the Holy Grail with this Pitzerker build. Now, with that being said, if you play alone a lot, either on single player or on multiplayer, this is also a good build, because as I mentioned, you do not need Players 8. A lot of people will tell you want to run your Hammerden in Players 8 full player games, and same with your Sorceress and other characters. Why? Because the more players simulated in the game, the less chance that monsters will drop no items. But when it comes to the Pitzerker here, they don't focus on random monsters. They only kill the boss parts of boss packs. They only kill the super unique guy that has the unique name. And they always drop items. They are not affected by the slash players count. So because of that, you and your Find Item only care about Players 1. You don't need a Players 8 unless you care about XP or you're killing a bunch of random monsters. And that's what makes this build even more special if you're a solo player or you just don't have that high player count. So it's a great build for that reason. Now, in addition to this, because the Pitzerker focuses on those boss packs, this is really good for finding those super rare items. For example, Tyrael's Might doesn't drop in every area. Talrash's armor. Mephisto cannot drop a Talrash's armor. You can get the Talrash's in Monster 85 areas, such as the pits or ancient tunnels. Even Pindleskin can drop a Talrash's armor. So basically what I'm saying is, any item out there that is very restricted to certain areas, such as Monster 85 areas, if you don't know what areas those are, I recommend looking it up, but some examples would be ancient tunnels and the pits, hence the name Pitzerker. This is perfect for finding those super rare items because of the way the build runs by design. So if you have been watching the gameplay, all you have to do is find a boss pack, fear everything away with your Howl skill, and focus down with 1 or 2 punches on that boss. Use Find Item and then continue on to the next one. If you do this very efficiently, you are basically doing twice as many runs as any other class because of the way Find Item works. If you don't know how Find Item works, to put it simply, it's a chance at basically killing the monster a second time. So let's use an example here. Travancore. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Travancore and how barbs are good at farming that place. Travancore and the council members there are the best way of farming high runes, specifically Jaw rune and higher. Burr rune you can get from like lower cost chest farming on single player, but other than that, Travancore is extremely good and way better for farming those high runes. And the Barbarian is good because of that Find Item skill. It's like doing 2 Travancore runs in the time it takes to do 1. It's just pure efficiency, and that's why this build is so special. So with that being said, let's take a look at my Magic Find and skill setup here, and let's talk about the undocumented change. Alright, so let's take a look. We have a lot of Magic Find on here. You are not too dependent on damage gear, especially if you're just sticking to Players 1. We have a lot of Magic Find items. We've got 2 Wizard Spikes for the 100% faster cast, lots of resistances, and the high mana. Enigma, of course, for the teleport, Shaco for the skills, and the Magic Find. Grief is your main killing weapon, and because Berserk doesn't care about your offhand, other than like actual stats, we have a 6-isted sword there for that extra Magic Find. For charms, we've got Magic Find small charms, we've got a Geeds, of course, and we have our Warcry charms with extra gold on them. If you want to replace the Warcry Charms with more Magic Find, you can, but to be honest, I like the Warcry Charms because it increases our find item percentage chance of being successful. In addition to that, we have a lot of Magic Find as it is, as you guys can see on the screen. We have 400 plus easily, and even more so if you're killing initially with the Grief weapon. So like, you have plenty of Magic Find here. I think this is a great setup. If you don't like the Wizard Spikes, you can also go with Suicide Branches. Those ones have 1 to all skills and 50% faster cast. So if you want 2 extra skills, you can go Suicide Branch instead of Wizard Spike. But I like Wizard Spike for the additional resistances as well as the extra mana. When it comes to skills, max out Sword Mastery and Berserk, get your 1 point nature resistance and your increased speed. Find item, you want to get to 56%. It takes an extra 5 points to get to 57%, so I really just recommend 56%. Max out your Find Potion, 1 point into Howl and Battle Command, and all of your remaining points into Battle Orders. So the main thing about this build here is that you're basically sacrificing Berserk damage for extra find item chance. So if you didn't max out your Find Potion, that would leave you with 19 extra points. You could either max out Battle Orders here and put out your spare points into Howl, or go all of Howl. I would recommend maxing out Battle Orders and then spare points into Howl. But in the case here, using the PTR, this is where I am maxing out the Find Potion instead. And that's because I want an extra 20% chance on my find item. So without Find Potion's synergy, you have a 56% chance with Find Item, and with the maxed out Find Potion, it's a 76% chance on Find Item. That is absolutely insane. Like I mentioned already, it's like doing 2 Travancore runs for the time of 1, or 2 pit runs in the times of 1, and if you were doing 30-second runs, that is extremely fast and efficient. So overall, that is the setup. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys consider the Barbarian on a ladder, especially if you have a friend to kill stuff for you ahead of time so you can easily get that stuff. When I get started on my Holy Grail on Diablo 2 Resurrected, this is definitely a build I am considering. When it comes to the ladder season, I am currently running Sorceress for my team, but I'm also considering a Pitzerker for the same reason. A Road to 99 on a Pitzerker seems way cooler than a Road to 99 on a Hammerden or Sorceress, that's for sure. With that being said, I think I've talked enough here. Thanks again, guys, for watching, and I hope to see you on my next video. See you guys.